All right, being joined by Bolts now. Bolts, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great, Fury. How are you doing on this fine day?
I'm horrible, man. I'm just every time someone asks me how I'm doing, I'm gonna start saying horrible just to see how they react to that.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
All right, so I'll let you kick us off here. I don't know how much scouting you've done. I know you've seen Wet Esports Invitational team plenty of times, but tell me what you know about both teams,
Obviously,
please.
Wet's coming in with an undefeated record, only dropping 3 games. And, that's very impressive because these are the best of the best teams from each, franchise and org. So, very impressive from their end. I've seen all these guys play. As Simba not even gonna let me finish the opening statements here.
No, you're
But,
absolutely right. I was thinking about that earlier today. Is like, whoever wins the invitational is the best team in IGL, and
yeah.
with over 100 teams, if not hundreds, that's saying something.
Yeah, for sure. And from Melon Patch Gaming, I don't really know too much about them, sadly, as I was gonna do a little bit of scouting right before, but couldn't find nothing in the IGL main channel. There's only the match times.
It's tough. You get the records. The invitational website isn't quite up yet, but yeah,
Oh,
it is.
gotcha.
It is tough to get information on them. So Simba filling in tonight, and
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
No Cruncho.
yeah, no Cruncho tonight. Simba filling in
That could be big.
the official captain of Wet Esports, but already showing us that what he can do, that he belongs.
Right. And then obviously, after Simba, there's still Obama, at least, which, we've seen multiple times of how that man
Right.
can play. Man's a
Right.
beast.
Right. Obama has contributed to that those only three losses record, the 10-0. He's had his sweeps with this team. However, he's been a naughty boy. He's banned right now. His main account's banned, so he can't join us tonight.
Right.
There's a save by Brody going out to the corner. Dexter. Oh yeah, that's Dexter. I like when I get those names right. Out of the corner, here's Kalos. Kalos, a quiet guy. I tried to get Kalos into the post-game interview. I'll see if I was successful, but I'd be interested to hear from him if Wet pulls off the win tonight.
Right, and here we're about halfway through this game one, and Wet Esports still holding on to that 1-goal lead. You would like to hope they could find another one here very shortly. They might almost get it there, but now we've got a breakaway on the other end, as I think I was thinking of the wrong team going on the attack, so it's 2-0 for Wet.
Yeah, 2-0 for Wet Esports in blue, and Brody. Brody makes everything look easy, so I can imagine, or we can all imagine how he makes an open net look.
Yeah, for sure. Gonna make it look easy, especially at, these ranks. GC2 all the way beyond. Except I don't think pros are allowed to play in the Invitational. But not like they would probably join one anyway. But that being said, we'll see if Melon Patch can respond. There's 2 minutes left on the clock as Wavy trying to get something going here. Then the follow-up play from Oblivion. I think he's going to be able to send this one away, though. And they might have a chance here for an open net, and Dexter able to open the scoring for Melon Patch Gaming.
And there it is, Wet Esports. They've faced, I think, every kind of play style that a threes team can throw at them. And right here, where the bumps are starting early, I have seen them make adjustments when teams go to the bumping plays, but that was a beautiful demo and shot from Melon Patch Gaming.
Yeah, and when you're able to find demos like that, obviously it opens the goal up wide open, but it also gives your team a chance to get some space, maybe restart on offense if things aren't going the way that you would want them to. And it's really nice to be able to do that, as Simba's getting ready to posture for a 50 midfield. Kalos looks for the shot, but a great save by Dexter.
Yeah, Dexter just staying patient, just waiting for the play to come to him. I think a lot of lower ranks don't really value that too much. We are tied. Oblivion outrage on the shot.
Yeah, and this is a great 50 from Dexter. You're able to force out the double commit from Wet Esports and just not in a place to be able to follow up, and Wavy making sure that last defender doesn't have a chance at it.
I'm gonna have to go to the player cards here. If that's the Wavy that I know, funny thing about Wavy, he wasn't always with Melon Patch Gaming, to the point that he even started, he started some beef, some low-level friendly competition between Circuitry Gaming and Melon Patch Gaming. That resulted in a tournament held on my channel, and that was a lot of fun. But if that is the same Wavy, it's funny to see him with MPG now.
Yeah, for sure. You make rivals, and sometimes you get to a different kind of perspective on things, or maybe they started seeing eye to eye. Who knows? It's definitely interesting for
there's the rule one.
drama. We got the rule one. 50 seconds to go, and I'm on ing time up by 1. But Melon Patch Gaming have found a way in the second half. Really, both teams have found a way to score a bit more, as there was only 1 goal scored in the first half. See if Melon Patch Gaming can answer back in these last 30 seconds. They'll have an advantage only having 2 people to get it by on the defensive end.
I think we have had maybe a few plays, especially that second goal by Melon Patch Gaming, where Simba being rolled into the lineup and where we see the effects. But now we've devolved to a 2v2. Simba's tied up around midfield, and I'm not sure who has the advantage here. I know Brody welcomes these kind of plays. He loves taking control of games, and as I said,
wow. Literally, you talk about it, they make it happen. You spoke that into existence, I'll have you know. But I would like to think the 2v2 favors the team that's down, but in this case, Wet just padded their score a bit more. Maybe it's like more of a, I don't know what to say. It's kind of like not like a risk, but whoever kind of is able to get that goal is it's gonna be easier than if you're playing 3v3.
Right.
There's not really a way for me to describe it right now.
It's just space. There's less to worry about. Dilly says it's just the standard, and that's what we know from Brody. He's the on the field leader of the team, and here he is with a hat-trick MVP performance, 3 saves as well. And that's what I started to notice from Brody halfway through that game 1, is he really started to get a little quicker, realize where he belongs in this particular lineup aside Simba and Kalos, and we'll see what it progresses to in game 2.
Yeah, you see the 13 shots come out from Wet, almost doubling Melon Patch Gaming shots. So that could tell you a little bit about the pressure they've had in this matchup. But I want to talk about the ping difference here. You see Dexter might have a little bit of an advantage living right next door to the server. 12 ping. It was better before the update. They had everyone had 0 ping. I don't know why they changed it. At least they changed the post-game card stuff.
They knew.
That was,
they knew it was a lie.
That was awful.
They knew it was a lie. It was a glitch. I will say I rarely hear players of this caliber talk about ping, latency, and I'm not sure if that's a coincidence.
Fight!
I feel like if it's low enough, it shouldn't really matter too much, but sometimes it can make all the difference. I'm not too sure either. This one is going to start out, and Wet Esports starting off the series 1-0, and with trends like this before, you would think it could be a sweep, but you never know. Melon Patch Gaming could get some momentum coming into game 2, and we could be seeing a completely different team coming in this.
Wavy goes up, meets Simba at the crossbar. Simba going out, trying to make another touch. Kalos and Simba beat. It's got to be up to Brody. Brody with the card change. He's at Octane, and the save for Brody.
That's a good eye. I didn't even recognize the card change. I'm one for recognizing those. Was in the Shining Green Dominance last time. Hard to miss that one.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it pans out for them. Typically, whenever you see a player change card designs, you kind of think partly it could be just because they want to change up the card design, or it's because they're not feeling like they're playing too well, or just specifically in that card design. So that could be something to look out for.
I think for Brody in particular, he likes keeping things fresh. He likes keeping things fun, but maybe he did realize what this matchup was going to require from him, and maybe he did go to something a little more easy to work with in the Octane.
Right, you got to find a way to go Super Saiyan somehow, and a brilliant pass play almost sets up the shot for Wet, and that was a close opportunity that they could have had, but solid defense by Melon Patch Gaming.
Yeah, fantastic defense. it really says a lot about a player to not give up despite what's unraveling. Simba just needed a little more umph on that roll shot. But credit to Outrage, who was able to get the save and the clear. And we're still 0-0.
And Simba's been looking pretty good, I gotta say. A couple of these shots have been really close to going in. It's had some opportunities so far, but I feel like more than Simba, I think Brody's kind of been staying out a little bit. So I'll be interested to see if they're able to keep it going with the octane change here. Is MPG all gonna give it away, actually, and now Wavy trying to get back to this. Brody might have an opportunity mid, now loses control, and MPG are gonna take over.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Simba. He likes poking fun of himself. He knows he's not a starter on this team, but he definitely belongs. He definitely belongs. He's already showed flashes of that tonight. And here he is. I think that's him on the back wall defense. He goes straight out, no shooter. Wavy pops it up. He's going to get robbed. And Brody sends it the other way.
Yeah, fake almost worked there. I thought for sure it was gonna at least get one of the players from Watermelon Eating Time. That just shows the discipline on defense, not just going for everything. You know, keeping a keen eye out for the fakes and knowing that could be a potential option here. As Wet tries to get an attack going on the other end, not going to quite connect on this one. Maybe gonna play this one upfield, but it will go back into possession of Watermelon Eating Time. But a shot opportunity here from Kalos. The follow-up from Simba and Wet have opened up the scoring.
And there it is. You don't become a captain of such a high caliber, high octane team, no pun, like Simba did without being able to throw down with the rest of them. Wet Esports take the lead, 1-0, minute 49 remaining.
Yeah, and that placement was just brilliant. I mean, it was top shelf, absolutely where it needed to be. And I think sometimes shooting can be, you know, undervalued. You see, everyone wants to talk about the first killers and the Justins, and, you know, they are great players in their own way, but I think sometimes we gotta give a little bit more credit to the players like Chicago, like Turbo Posla, who can just place their shots really well.
Right. I think in one word we call it consistency, and that's one of the pillars, I would say, of Wet Esports. Earlier you were talking about their discipline, and something that you can't help but notice every time they take the field is just consistency, discipline, and trust between one another. No matter who takes the field, they have plenty of subs, but they have so much trust in one another, and that helps. That helps, you know, their whole well-rounded game, as well as Brody tucks one in there. Simba with the assist. Let's see what happens here. Oh, the pass up to Simba. Simba back to the midfield, and Brody just lying and waiting with it.
I think that was a three-person passing play too.
Definitely.
But what a laser of a shot. I mean, that's exactly how you draw it up. And, you know, when you can get plays like that, you know a team is looking dangerous. Because in 3v3s, it's all about the passing plays, how you can get each other involved, ways you can get the ball to your teammates, whether that's faking a challenge and having your opposition throw it away. But there, it's just all offense, and love to see plays like that.
No, and that's the thing. They are a team. You know, you're name dropping a Scrub Killer, First Killer, I believe, and there seems to be the NA meta of just, you know, just skilled individuals that happen to be on a threes team. You know, there's the clipping culture. Everyone wants to see the sick play. They wanna see some sexy dribbles, some touches, some flip resets. But you know what's sexy? Winning. And you know what helps winning is team play, and that's what we see every time they take the
fundamentals.
Yeah,
that's what we love to see. Yeah, 5 seconds here, gonna close things out. No chance for a comeback this time, I suppose I'll say. You know me, don't like to throw in the towel too early on these. They are gonna go up 2 on the series, and that means Mountain Patch Gaming are gonna have to turn things around this game 3. They gotta make some sort of adjustment, I feel like, if they want to be able to compete. But these games have still been close regardless. I don't really think it's anything major. It's probably just a small change, but Dexter might be making a preset change or just a substitution in general. You know, you can have a lot of players on an invitational team.
Yeah, we'll see. And this is something, I mean, you've been on maybe not bad IGL teams, but just losing IGL teams, as have I, you know, winless seasons. And in moments like these, it's really hard to just keep your team on the same page, keep your head in the game, and just make sure you stay the course and just try to get a win.
Right, and you know, you just have to stay focused. The mentality that these teams have to have, is just taking it one game at a time, one play at a time, and never looking too far ahead or behind, because once you do, you get a little distracted. You're not able to get your full focus on the game, and you don't give yourself the best chance of winning.
Right, right. So here it is, full intermission taken here. Dexter is back. I'm not sure what he had. I think everyone had octanes from Melon Patch Gaming, but we'll keep our eyes out for any new presets here.
You already know my eyes are going to be peeled for that.
Oh, it looks like the
Oh,
Fennec,
Brody.
yeah.
And here, game 3 again. You'd like to imagine that Melon Patch Gaming have got to get the first goal here if they want to get some confidence brewing for themselves.
And something I have a hard time with as a caster is really, just knowing what a team has to do to turn it around. You sometimes it's really obvious, but in fast, close matchups such as these, it's hard to put my finger on it. You said that you don't really notice anything in particular with the MPG as well?
Yeah, I've not really noticed anything too much. Sometimes I get a little distracted in what's happening on the field that sometimes, I'll be honest, I just forget to pay attention to what the teams are doing.
Right. I have noticed MPG, living by the demos and bumps and maybe dying by it as well. I have seen their third man getting caught on the blue side of the field maybe a little too late, but it hasn't been a series defining instance for them, as Wet Esports is going to try to stay on offense here at the midfield.
So Dexter has actually made the switch to the G2 Fennec. That one not going to slip by me, the old G2 fan here. But we'll see what Melon Patch Gaming can do on the offensive end here. No boost for Dexter, trying to play it by Brody, already on the ceiling. It's a great read on it. Well, Simba is able to get the beat. This could be trouble. Rough position for Oblivion. And Simba now coming in with the follow-up shot once more, but not going to connect.
Yeah, Simba had an opportunity. He might have been able to place it left, not high, but I think the defender just closed in on him before he can get any meaningful touch or place anything, and we stay 0-0, ticking down to the 3-minute mark.
All right, we'll see what Brody does with this one. Oh, not the greatest touch, 50-50 for us to come out, but still going to stay on their side. Dexter going to take over. This is looking dangerous. Fortunate there, went. And now this could turn into a counterattack for Watermelon Eating Time, one of the most dangerous plays in Rocket League. But not going to pan out for them this time around.
And Brody goes up, and Brody switched his preset as well. He's in the Fennec for this game 3 match point for Wet. There's Wavy on the 50. Haven't called Wavy's name too much. And like I said, if it is the same Wavy, he must be a recent move up from tier 2 to tier 1, fairly recent, but he was always a super talented player, talented kid. So again, if it is him, I'm glad to see him here.
Yeah, it's always fun to kind of see, like, when you're able to recognize a player that you've casted before on perhaps a different team or a higher tier. It's almost like you're watching them develop, even though you're not really doing much, you're just casting their match, but it's great to see, really. Oh, the double touch!
Oblivion
Wow.
outrage. This is speed. Brody lets it off his Fennec. Maybe the hitbox preset change, and Oblivion outrage takes it to him, makes him pay. MPG with their first lead of the series.
And it is a mechanical play, and of course, it looks cool, like you said earlier, but also sometimes this is the type of play that can energize your teammates.
Definitely.
You get a play like this, kind of like a dunk in basketball, a little flashy, but it can really pump up the team sometimes, and I think that's exactly what they need in this game 3, especially with how good this Wet Esports team has been all season long.
Definitely. I think we actually saw a little bit of that in your championship game, in your championship win. There was some clutch plays that you made for your team, and I like to think that that rallied the troops, so I think you hit it on the head.
For sure. I mean, always plays like that. I know they at least pump me up. I was the one in them, but for sure, you got to think the teammates feel that energy too, and we'll see if they can hang on. They've got a good chance to hand Wet their 4th loss, in the whole season, just their game. They haven't really dropped too many games this season, so an impressive feat nonetheless. But can they hold on for one more minute?
Right. Some defense will set them free here, and you're right, it wasn't a team play. It was mighty spiffy on the double touch from the backboard. But all you really need is a 1-0 lead and just fundamental stout defense, and you got yourself a win, as Oblivion Outrage sends it right back Simba on defense there.
Maybe looking for the backboard play here, and it just seems like Wet can't really get their footing on offense. I think Melon Gaming are starting to challenge quicker and not give them as much space to work with. That one gonna go wide of the post. They've been looking really good the second half of this game 3 here as we approach the final 30 seconds.
And let's talk about it as we approach, or we're under 30 seconds now. This might be the talk of the league if MPG is even able to pull a game off here. No one's going to look at the personnel and who was on the field at the time. They're just going to look at that extra loss, that 4th overall loss for Wet Esports, and wonder what happened. Maybe review the tape, because
might have a chance here.
Everyone around the league has been trying to crack the code. Brody and Kalos go up. Simba by himself on the sideline, sidewall, that will drop down. And you
there it is.
Yeah, Melon Gaming not taking any chances. They don't want to keep it up, and right there,
keep it up with these guys.
Right there, they can say that they're one of the, I believe it's 4 teams. I don't think they've had a full series this season. One of the 4 teams that have been good enough to take a game off of Wet, with Dexter as our MVP.
Yeah, Dexter stepped up this one for sure, and obviously Oblivion Outrage was able to get that goal that they needed. And it turned out it was the only goal that they needed of this game, with great defense. I mean, you see a lot of saves there, especially from Dexter, but most of the time you're going to see good defense come out in the midfield, not allowing them to get comfortable in the first place where you have to make a last-second save, but definitely great to have.
Yeah, already up here. And maybe that's the something different. You know, Dexter just held on, collected 5 individual saves. And again, just like I was saying, you get 1 goal and you're already that much closer to winning. And they're showing us they can play defense. Oh, Kalos had to rejoin, I think.
I think we're good now. I'm so glad they added that, where if one person accidentally joins the lobby, everyone just has to go into spectate and it won't actually start.
Yeah, amazing.
That is awesome. It was definitely it's pretty small, but I think it was needed.
All right, so after the kickoff, battle in the back orange corner, and now it's Wet Esports in a rare situation that they find themselves in, where they have to make the adjustment. They have to bounce back from a loss, and let's see what they come up with here. Every time it seems like there's something in particular, no matter who I'm interviewing, whether it's Brody, whether it's Cruncho, they had a good idea of what they needed to do, and I think that plays into their success as well. Is you really just have three players on the same team with the tremendous amount of game sense and game IQ.
Right. And you saw that midfield play right there from Melon Gaming almost fall through as a great save comes out
what
as
a
well.
save.
They seem like a different team this last game and this game already. I know it's only been a minute, although Wet almost had an opportunity there, as another one's going to fall to wayward. Let's see if they can defend this one as Wavy. Another opportunity. Redirect from Oblivion, not going to go in. And a great defensive stand from Wet.
And here's them. Simba gets the clear, meets it to the corner, 6 with it. There's a fake it on the front post. Outrage, our hero from game number 3, with the lone goal from that game, is able to clear it out from the corner.
So they're going to try to take this one to the other end. But it will give possession up to Wet Esports. You know, you're not going to see too much of that at this level. Not too many useless hits. I could use my words up a bit here. Oblivion again going to draw first blood in this game 4.
Oblivion again. Brody gets pretty touch happy. Outrage is willing to drive into him, and Simba just doesn't hold that back 3-man spot. And we were talking about discipline and trust, and that's what a loss can do to you. A loss in the series, that's exactly what that can do. It can get you second guessing your play, your performance, your positioning, and we might have saw it rear its ugly head there.
Yeah, and normally you'll see that getting one more touch isn't typically a bad thing, but there, great challenge from Oblivion, not gonna let them get ready for it. As first man, you you just kind of have to force them to go high, force them to do something. So great job, you know, recognizing that on defense and not giving them all the space, because you know if you give these guys space, they're gonna make you pay.
Right. It looks like MPG has fell into a nice little team dynamic where Oblivion Outrage is the front shooter. You know, you got Wavy hanging around making the second man plays, and then Dexter just hanging out back making clears like these. That's going to turn shot. Callus gets the save on the other side.
Right, and falling into those roles is definitely a good thing to recognize. You know, you have your striker slash, you know, shooter, I suppose. Then you've got your support player following up as normally the second man, and then you've got your defender. But Dexter here gonna score, and this is a different player scoring from the last 2 games, as it's only been Oblivion for the past 8 minutes or so.
Right, yeah, we have Dexter, and I think something happened. I think the mantle has changed hands here. MPG is getting comfortable, and that is not what you want. You let your opponent get comfortable, that breeds reverse sweeps, and it's going to be interesting to see what deal with this adversity. Callus, tell me a little bit about it. Bolts.
You see the pass from Simba. Brody gets the one touch to get it around the defender, and also got a flip reset on it, and they used the flip there for the double touch. That was brilliant. Throws the gauntlet down and cuts the lead in half with 2 to go.
And those plays, and you know, we talked about team play, this and that passes, but maybe it's the individual skill that'll get them out of this hole that they've put themselves in. They're down by 1 under 2 minutes. Wavy driving down the sideline. Callus out of the corner. Brody, I don't think he went for a bump, but there's Dexter with one of his patented clears as Simba tries to get to the other side of the field.
Yeah, they definitely needed something like that to go their way, and you know, with a team like this, typically you're not going to see them fall into too much of a slump, but we've seen that here in this last couple of games, so definitely needed to get a goal like that. They've got 1:30, and if anyone can make it happen, it's certainly these guys.
Absolutely, but Melon Patch Gaming, they've already proven to us from Game 3 that they can win with a 1-0 lead, or a 1-goal lead rather. Brody wins on the 50. Callus already where he needs to be, and again, a word that we keep bringing up is trust. You see, Callus cheats up on the 50. He knows Brody's got it, and if Brody doesn't have it, he trusts Simba on the back end, and we are tied 2-2.
I'll give you another word: resilience. This Sweat Esports team is not going away. They keep fighting. You know, they're not giving up till the very end. You see the pass play there, finally able to get something going as a team. As you know, this game has been very solo play-esque, but we're seeing a little team play coming back here, and I think that's going to be the key for Sweat Esports taking this one if they want to be able to end it here.
Around
my
the post,
goodness.
Oblivion Outrage. So Callus gets the touch here. He knows he has Brody at front post, but Oblivion Outrage benefits from a great bounce out from the corner, and he's already proven himself a formidable striker in this series.
This man might have just unlocked Ninetales mode, because they are going ballistic right now. These last couple of games, you have got to credit this man for a lot of these goals happening. Just send them up and mainly knocking them down. And it's really been tough for Sweat Esports staff to counter Oblivion. Of course, they do have a couple of players who can do that themselves. And great defense here keeps them in the match as 30 seconds remain.
30 seconds remaining. Rosie was worried about them dropping a game, but as Obama said, you know, that they just kind of want to leave with the series win now. Things have gotten a little too close for comfort for them as they're trying to grind out this last goal. Simba clearing it at the goal line, but the rest of his teammates are on deep defense. 10 seconds to go. Crowd's going to count it down. Simba with a pass. Oblivion Outrage and company at front post. And it's down to the floor. We have a game 5. And let's get the predictions going. I'd be curious to see where the chat lies here as far as their loyalties.
I mean, we know we're gonna see some support for Wet. We already know that.
Right.
But let's just talk about the momentum here. Melon Patch Gaming took to game 3 1-0, takes game 4, and a little bit more of a shootout. We saw Wet punch back this time and, you know, give them their best shot. But Melon Patch Gaming are finding a way to survive, create their own kind of pressure, and not letting Wet get comfortable at all. And you've got to credit a decent part of the to Oblivion, but they've also been working as a team.
Right, right. And you know, we have to bring it up. We mentioned it at the beginning of the cast, but Obama Self has been sidelined. They have had a ton of success with him, and you have to wonder if they had this much trouble, would they have already subbed him in? Would they have already reverted to that combination? And they don't have that option tonight. So we're gonna go to game 5 and see if who's gonna pull it out.
Yeah, honestly, it's coin toss at this point. I don't know because at Esports, they have bounced back. They've not dropped a game yet, but we could be witnessing history here in the IGO Invitational for the Spring Circuit 2022.
Oh yeah, if they take an entire series off of Wet Esports, everyone is gonna want the VOD. Everyone is gonna see what's happened, what the secret code can be. Maybe it's, you know, forcing their personnel. Maybe it's keeping Cruncho off the field. But this isn't over yet. We have game 5.
Right, and obviously, you know, that's going to be huge. If Melon Gaming do find a way to bring this one out, how are they looking for playoffs? How's playoffs looking? Is it top 8 teams? Top 4?
Oh, that I'm not sure. As we discussed, they're pretty. It's pretty hard to get information about the playoffs or anything in the league. Infield, and Oblivion Outrage with the save, and he's got to be the MVP if MPG does pull this off.
For sure, like we said, has been there for scoring, but now showing up on the defensive end as well. Finds a bump. That was a great takeout. Was that Chick-fil-A?
So not the way Wet Esports wants to start. Dexter does it all alone. It's a self-pass from the corner. I think a bump at front post, and not the way you want to start if you're Wet Esports. MPG up by 1 and leading.
Right, and I believe that the past 3 games, Melon Gaming have scored the first goal of every win that they've gotten. So just something to consider here when you're looking at this. I thought things were looking a little dangerous on that first play that Watermelon Inktown had to attack, where everyone was kind of on the back line, but it does not seem to phase them. They answer back on the other end, and man, I mean, what is going to work for them?
What a save from Wavy there. I thought it was all bought and paid for Wet Esports outside the orange goal there, but Wavy flies in with authority and makes a save. There's a bump, a demo. Kalos and Oblivion Outrage dueling at the midfield. It goes up. Kalos, he already has a clip tonight. He's going to fake and jam it in on his way down.
I did not think Kalos was going to have a shot to hit this one again. I mean, it's just a little fake here. Doesn't get the touch, fakes out both defenders, but you see the double commit there. And you can't be doing that when you've got a lead against Watermelon Inktown. You cannot afford to let these guys back into it.
No, and here's one word we haven't brought up. It's respect. You know, the MPG knows how hard they're playing. They know how good Wet Esports is, but they still have a ton of respect in this team, even after taking them to game 5. And I think a double, that'll force a double commit. That'll get you thinking. That'll make you think you have to address every ball that goes up. Here's Simba, lines it up, has the slot, has the lane, and Simba's in.
And now Wet Esports are trying to take the momentum back here. Simba and, you know, the sub coming in has really been making an impact in this series. You know, placement could have been a bit better, but you'll take that every time as long as it goes in.
Right, and if Simba's going to start making solo plays like these, it's got to be Wet Esports the rest of the way. That on the losses for Wet Esports, he has been lacking or been making mistakes, as we got to say from Brody. Kalos on the dribble out, beats Oblivion Outrage at the midfield. Dexter on front post. Here's the pass. Brody and Dexter meet up, and it might be a Simba shot here, but he gets bumped out. Picking on Simba a little bit. And Oblivion Outrage will finish on the back end of the play.
These boys are getting physical. You saw it back there in their own half. You saw a bump take place, and here in front of the net as well. And that might just be what they need to get back into it. I like that they're mixing it up, not making it obvious what they're going to do.
They're mixing up. That is a brave bump to make. You have to love the gusto and the bravado that bump has. They were technically still on defense, and they had someone, you know, downfield hitting the third man. Here's Dexter. Lays it up, and Brody sends it away with authority.
2:22 left to go as it is 2-2. Oblivion Outrage looks to take it over 1 and will. Kalos there, though, able to take it and relieve the pressure that time. Pinch comes out, but everyone will be able to get back on defense. We'll see what Simba does, trying to set up this play. Demo comes out.
Simba! Look, you don't become king of the jungle not making plays like these. He's off the wall, reads the ball.
Pre-flip.
And the scoreboard says the rest.
A little bit of a pre-flip as well, and they're back out in front, Fury. They might not be too down on themselves after all. Typically, you see, like, you know, you drop 2 games in that kind of fashion, you think maybe you get down on yourself. These guys, not at all.
No, not at all. And you know, players outside of the org, outside of the team can view Simba however they want, but he has a tremendous amount of trust and respect from his teammates, no matter who's on the field with him. And like I said, if he continues to play like that, it will be the favorite. Let's see if MPG, they're in a rare trail here, trying to make a comeback. They're trying to finish the reverse sweep, and here's Callus out of the corner. 0 boost. Off the wall, there's Wavy, drives into it. And Simba's just going to neutralize it to the midfield.
They're looking for one here. Brody is going to have to put this one over, though. And again, I'm really liking that Melon Gaming are going for the bump plays. They are just one good bump away from tying this game up. And they've got 1 minute to try to come back from the jaws of defeat against this Wet Esports team.
There's the other demo. Callus has possession. Lays the demo zone, and Simba misses the shot by inches.
And Wet's going for their own bumps as well. They're saying we can play in that game fighting fire with fire. Now looking for the infield pass, going to be cut off, and Wet's defense has really been stallion in this game 5 and really looking better from the previous games. We'll see if Lavian can force something out here. It'll be Simba going for the touch. We have 30 seconds remaining before Wet Esports take this game 5 potentially.
And Wet Esports, they're not going to take their foot off the gas here. They're looking to end this with style, end this with pressure. They don't want to just rest on their laurels in defense. They're getting forced into it here, and there's a big clear. That's a goal. I think no one's there. And Callus deep to receive that one.
They went all in there, played everything they could, threw the kitchen sink at him. But Wet dodged that kitchen sink and instead was just able to walk the dog.
14 seconds remaining. Yeah, the go-ahead goal for the series. And that should do it.
Oh, but they need to score very quickly, and you know, yeah.
Walk me through this here, Bolts.
Well, you know, it's really not much you can do. You could try mixing up the kickoff, perhaps, trying to do something, but I think it might be too little too late. As Buddy System is saying, why not throw more nails in the coffin? Surely doesn't hurt. Making sure that they're dead at this point. And, you know, big rebound here from Wet Esports, keeping the undefeated season alive. And it was a scare. I mean, they hold off against Melon Gaming's best punch.
Yeah, a very, very memorable season. Aside from the obvious reasons, you know, Wet Esports comes in with a total of 3 games lost all season in 10 games, and they have 2 put on them here. They get forced to game 5, and a classic for sure. And they hang on, and they show us yet another layer, another level of their abilities. And if you're a Wet fan, you love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, that was big. And Unpatched Gaming threw everything they could at them in that game 5, but Wet Esports, they adjusted really well, and you know, definitely huge to see if they can you know, really claw their way to a win.
Yeah.
Even when they don't have their best player available.
Definitely. Well, Bolts, appreciate you coming on. You did redeem the co-cast with channel points. Was it worth it? Did you have fun?
Oh, it was worth it. I always you know, have fun casting with you. I think I did a better job this time than the first time around. Stumbled over a couple of words, but you know, other than that, it was a fun time, and you know, I think that we did pretty well together.
No, we did awesome. We got some love from the chat, but we'll talk about it later. A lot of fun. Appreciate having on. I'm gonna see if I can get this interview out of Callus here.
Have a good night.
Yeah, peace. All right, so I was told that Callus is a maybe, that they were going to have to talk him into it. Let me see. I think I might have heard his voice once. Let me see if he'll talk to me here. And then if not, I'll be calling the standard Brody. Callus might silence his ringer on me. Yeah, he messaged me and said Brody's gonna do it. All right, so let's hear from Brody. Brody,
Hello.
sir. Does the tone in your voice ever change regardless of what's going on?
Oh, it doesn't.
just ice cold all the time, just steady hands. I love it. How much do you think that plays into your personal Rocket League ability?
I'd say that I don't know, it plays a lot into my Rocket League ability because when I
Right.
get like tilted or I'm like not like this right now,
Right.
then like I just play worse.
Right.
So I have to be just like I have to be calm and like steady, you know?
Yeah, I don't think I've met a player that could be like on full tilt playing better. So that makes perfect sense. You know, if you tilt less, then you're by average, you're just playing, your best at all times. But a lot for us to talk about here. What were you seeing from the series overall?
Um, You know, they scared us. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
They packed a punch, but once we started, figuring them out little by little, we got down to it.
Right, right. Was there anything in particular that you saw, or was it just overall, 3v3 play that where they just kind of turned it on come game three?
Um, they were like ball chasing a lot more than
Mm,
us at the time.
okay.
And so we realized, we have to calm more and we have to ball chase more to win this. So that's what we started doing.
Right. I really loved seeing you guys deal with this level of adversity, or even this play style. That's the benefit of this Swiss style, the Swiss style circuit that we're seeing you guys play, is that you play two teams a week, and you've been doing it the last 6 weeks, and everyone has tried everything on you, it seems like, and then there's just one more thing that you guys had to deal with tonight.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. We do not like ball chasers because we are ball chasers.
Right. Right. Yeah, because like you said, the only way, you just kind of have to fight fire with fire, and they were throwing the bumps in as well. Deep bumps. Not just on the goal line or anything. They were sending a man out to hit the third man. Was that something that you had to consciously address, or was it just more the chasing and how fast they could play?
It was a lot about the bumps too, because that caught us out a lot when we were like third man.
Right.
And so we realized, we have to cut a lot more against these guys. So that's what we started doing and also trying to avoid demos as much as we could.
Right.
And so that's what led us to the win.
Right, right. So it's going to be the talk of the league. They were able to take two games off of you. It is what it is. You guys are still going to be the heavy favorite come playoff time. Yeah. Any other remarks about the way this turned out?
I just want to say it won't happen again.
Where was Crunch tonight?
He was playing in a different league, actually.
Oh shit. That's
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I think that's what makes this team so interesting, is that you pretty much all have something else going on, but you come together, you just you whoop on the invitational teams, you make this beautiful music, this beautiful Rocket League plays, and it's just, it doesn't seem to be like the permanent intention of anyone on the team.
I'd have to agree.
We gotta talk about it. Actually, first, let's give away the game ball, the MVP of the series. Who you got out there, Brody?
Simba for the two big goals, or like the
Yeah.
one big goal and the two big passes, I think, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And he played well, so I gotta give it to him.
How was he in comms? Was he nervous? Was he feeling the pressure? Or was he a cool cucumber like you?
I gotta say he was a cool cucumber. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You're not gonna lie to me. Here's my next question. Even if he wasn't, would you tell me that he wasn't?
We do not speak of that.
Okay, you love it. You love it. You got to watch out for the captain. People can't get all this intimate information about you guys. you know, for free anyway.
That's true.
Yeah, so Simba gets the game ball. It's something that we noticed early on is that he seemed to be the driving force with this combination of you, Simba, and Kalos. If he had a good game, you guys had a good game, and you're right. He had those 2 clutch shots, and he was getting his passes going, and game 5 had the dub for you. Was there anything like for you as an individual that you wanted to lend to the series as it started unfolding?
As time went on, I realized, maybe I have to take I don't know, I have to play a third man role a little bit more.
Okay.
And so that's what I started trying to do, and it ended up working out. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Well done. And then we have to talk about, I think, the play of the series with Callus's wall read. I think it was on the backboard. No, it was on the sidewall. Flip reset. What were the comms like after you hit that one?
You know, it was just a bunch of nices. I'm not gonna lie to you.
but Callus is another one that doesn't really like go crazy for himself or anyone else, right?
Yeah, that is true. He is ice cold. He has
Yeah.
ice in his veins.
Yeah. Ice in his veins. He'll frost over the toilet when he goes to the bathroom. I bet.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, is he that shy? You didn't want to take the interview?
He does not like interviews at all.
Damn, I thought he'd give me the exclusive. Well, all right. Well, Brody, anything else from you, sir? We'll get out of here. I think you guys, well, no, you definitely aren't used to full 5-game series, so I don't want to keep you longer than your quota, than the standard. But anything else from you before we take off?
He lives in 2 more games.
You said you're not?
That's all.
Or do you
We
say?
ain't.
Okay. All right. Well, congrats. Good luck the rest of the way. You got the Thursday matchup, and I think playoffs kick off, and I think eyes are going to be peeled, and everyone's going to be watching you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
All right, Brody. They got scared a little, but you won't know it to listen to him speak, to hear it in his voice. Let me see. I'll be honest. I went all in to all 1.3K points. All right, so let me hold on. Before I there we go. Wait a minute. All right, thank you everyone for joining. We had a lot of fun. Winner Chicken Dinner got their first win in their twos match, and then the Invitational team gets taken to the limit. Simba comes up clutch. They all come up clutch. They come up with a win. But let's I think we have more watermelon eating time action with Mitch casting. So let's get to that. Thanks for letting me. No, that was you, Bolts. That was a channel points redemption. So I love to have you on. First of all, I love to have anyone on that wants to do it, that redeems it. But let's check in on Mitch now.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now! The meatloaf! What is she doing? I never know what she's doing back there.